3, 2, 1. Shalom to everyone. Today we are learning Zera Shimshon, Parashat Vayetze, letter Vav. I would like to say special thank you to Mr. Michael Shimunov from Kew Gardens. This guy 6 years ago was first person who saw me 6 years ago, and he said, I love your shiur on Zera Shimshon. That time we didn't have video, it was audio. I want to say a special thank you to him. He's a big tzaddik, and we should all dance in his children's weddings. Amen. Amen. I want to say a special thank you to Rabbi Abraham Daniyarov and his entire family. Rabbi Yonatan Mordechaiv and his entire family for sponsoring today Zera Shimshon Shiur, how they call it Navisha Muruni. Thank you. Hashem should give you bracha v'atzlacha, guys. And you should see nachat from your children and grandchildren, Be'ezrat Hashem. You should know today we started new program, Hakarat Atov. We had it 6 years ago, it stopped because of whatever. But every second day or every day we will say thank you to one couple who helps Sha'arei Eliyahu fully. Like, you know, you do so much. People think the shurim happen by itself, schedules come by itself, people come by itself, preparing, cleaning up, do this, that, preparations, Shimshon, this, shurim here, shurim there, everything. It's not me alone, and it's not only my family. My Rebbetzin helps me a lot. But there's other people also help, and this is why we have to say thank you to everybody. But you should know one thing, soon the event is coming up. Be'ezrat Hashem, it's going to be amazing. I don't want to say more details on it because...
What is coming?
Event. Be'ezrat Hashem. And Rav Mordechai, Rav Yonatan told me, Rabbi, there's 15 people. I'm on 10, you said 10, 15, what? 10. Listen, I'm going to run after you. He said there are 10 sponsors, right? There are 10 sponsors willing to support families who cannot afford full payment for the Shabbaton. He said, Rabbi, fine, hotel, let's do Shabbaton, sponsors for them. Rabbi Gabriel, look at me. My name is Rabbi Akilov. I see you look at me like this. You should know, Sha'arei Eliyahu always will protect and take care of it. But to have some more other people on the side, it's easier. It's easier. You should know one thing. Never in nothing Sha'arei Eliyahu held back, and you are the witness yourself. Baruch Hashem, Sha'arei Eliyahu, it's you, it's all of you. And we do crazy stuff. Starting from Friday nights programs, finishing Buffalo, Lag BaOmers, and everything else. We're doing crazy more occasions coming up, Be'ezrat Hashem. Stay tuned. But for now, I want to say it's a big step that we continue learning Zera Shimshon, and from everywhere of the world, people texting and calling sometimes and being happy how they learn Zera Shimshon, and it helps them everywhere. Helps them with person who's single, person who's married, who just got married, who has children, Hashem should bring nachat to all your families. You should know one thing. If you would know how one time your spouse, your husband or your wife screamed at you, yelled at you, embarrassed you, said something to you, and you said quiet, and you did not answer, how many sicknesses you were saved from? If you would know that, you would go to your spouse again and say, listen, scream one more time. Slap me when I give you permission. You don't understand how sometimes Hashem protects us by letting other person give us a little bit pain. It could be your son, it could be your daughter, it could be your parents, it could be anybody, it could be your neighbor. So you should know one thing, everything is for our benefit. Hashem loves us a lot. And sometimes you see them think, why Hashem give me this husband, why Hashem give me this wife? Not true. Not true. We just learned 1 hour Evan Ezer over here. You understood without your wife you cannot have real parnasah, real bracha, real Torah. Without your husband you cannot have all this stuff. All the money in the world you have, when person leaves the world, everything stays here. What remains? What stays with you? Nothing stays with you. What stays with you is good kids. I always say to people, now you want to fight with your wife. She says, I cannot. I said, you know what? Do whatever you want, but I want to tell you one thing before you do. When person passes away, his wife and children do Yeshua for him. His buildings and all these businesses don't do nothing for him. So you want to push your Kaddish away from you? You want to push your memory from you? Some people do Yeshua for their husbands 50 years, 40 years. 40 years he lives because of them. And when we're alive, we don't appreciate them. Our kids are our Kaddish, our legs. Do you know dead people, they walk in the street when their kids walk? Your grandfather passed away, you go to shul, he walks to shul with you. Berak kar'a de avuha. Children are feet of their fathers. You should know one thing, it's not simple. Everything has a calculation and reason. Someone hurts you, someone embarrasses you. In long run, that same person will be atzlacha to you. That's your success. I will never stop saying. My bar mitzvah student, I had very hard bar mitzvah student one time. After I had car accident, 15 years ago, this student late at night, after Motzei Shabbat it was, he opened my window and took me out of the car. What if I wouldn't take this student? I was crying when I was teaching him. It was a very hard time teaching. What if I wouldn't teach him? He wouldn't save me. This wife or this husband that you misunderstand today, they save you in your hard time. Sometimes you argue with your wife. All your kids will get married, will go to their houses. Who are you going to remain when you're old? You're going to remain with your wife. You're going to remain with your husband. Who are you going to remain with? Your kids? Your kids are with their lives. Bye-bye. Very important to respect your husband, respect your wife. Don't look at fake $5 in your pocket and say something, whatever, or do something, whatever you think. Not true. It's all fake. Nobody needs money in that world. And even in this world, how much you could eat, how much you could take with you. You know this joke, right? One rabbi comes to somebody's house and they try to put in his coffin 3 bags of money. Rabbi says, what are you doing? He says, we're trying to stick it. He says, move. Give all to me, I'll write him a check. Guys, every time you smile to your spouse, you take your kids around you, Shekhinah is around you. Your family protects the whole world. Know your value. Know your value. This shiur should go to every family, every husband, every wife. Doesn't matter Sha'arei Eliyahu, not Sha'arei Eliyahu, everywhere. Because this shiur, everyone needs today. If family is healthy, kids are healthy. When husband and wife fight, kids little bit grow, they make money, and they go away. They say, I don't want to live in this house. My father, mother, every day fight. And they become in trouble. And then it's dangerous. Sometimes it doesn't end up good. When husband and wife support each other, they for each other, hey, children learn how to be unity, united. And it's very important. Hashem should help us to learn and grow and have unity in the family. I want to say a special thank you to the husbands and wives of Sha'arei Eliyahu, of the whole world. When you listen carefully and then you speak, how much brachot you have on your head. There was a lady a while ago, she calls me, she says, Rabbi, do you know sometimes my husband goes on me, and I sit quiet as you give advice, gungianos, and I do it. I started laughing. She says, Rabbi, I know you're laughing, but you should know one thing, it's not easy. But I tolerate. I did everything, but I forgot one thing. I forgot to ask for bracha. I forgot to ask her for bracha. And since I don't have her number on my phone, I cannot call back. That was a while ago. But I'll tell you one thing. Someone says something to you when you're not guilty, call somebody else, give bracha. Look how your bracha works. Unbelievably. Hashem should protect us, guys. In this world, we need a lot of protection of Hashem. Shiurim, you come. It's not only you here. Your whole family saved. Only Torah saves and protects. Torah magna umatzla. Gemara says 2,000 years ago. Saves and protects. The only Torah does it.
Can you say bracha to yourself?
Yes. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Gemara says, yes, person is sick, you should tell people, pray for me, this down the second day, third day. But more than that, Gemara says, we'll learn from Hannah. Hannah prayed for herself first. Because she prayed for herself, Hashem opened the gates. Hashem said, Hannah, you relied from till now on your husband Elkanah, now you relied on yourself, now the gates will open. Of course, person should pray for himself. Yodea Ish Nefesh Behemto. A person knows what's missing in his soul. Let's go. I promise you it's not more than 10 minutes, Zera Shimshon. Look at exactly 10:11, we'll be done. Let's go. Pasuk. Manora makom hazeh. Yaakov Avinu fell asleep. He got brachot, he runs away, Eliphaz catches him, takes everything away from him, Yaakov Avinu without garments, then he gets up, He goes almost to his father-in-law's direction, then he goes back to Marat HaMachpelah, to Har HaMoriah, where Beit HaMikdash is standing today, where today we have Kotel Ma'aravi, and the Har HaBayit, and the Mount Wall. Behind Kotel Ma'aravi, there was walls of Beit HaMikdash. Kotel Ma'aravi is not a wall of Beit HaMikdash, okay? Behind Kotel Ma'aravi, Har HaBayit, there were walls of Beit HaMikdash. Today, it's all under the ground. Okay, Hashem should rebuild the third one. So Yaakov Avinu sleeps, and he sees angels going up and down. He prayed Aravit there, and he sees angels going up and down. What did he say? How did I fall asleep here? Manora makom hazeh. How awesome, how scary, how great is this place. En ze ki beit Olim. This is not but Hashem's house. What do you mean not? Why negative tense here? Not but Hashem's house. Veze shar hashamayim. And this is a gate of the heaven. Shamayim. One more time. It's so deep, guys. Yaakov Avinu says something very crazy. And you know what I'll tell you? We say this, we used to say in the previous generation, in Bukhara, in synagogues everywhere, in Bukhara, Samarkand, Tashkent, right before the Musaf. This is what we used to pray. Tfilat Musaf on Shabbat or all the holidays. Sometimes when I remember I say it, sometimes people say Osh Savot Adagi, so we rush a little bit. Okay, Hashem should protect us. Let's go further. So Yaakov Avinu says, Manora makom hazeh. How can I fall asleep here? It's such an awesome place. En ze ki beit Olim. It's not but Hashem's house. V'ze shar hashamayim. And this is the gate of the heaven. What does that mean? Look how Zera Shimshon analyzes to the points. Unbelievable. Kasha, it's difficult. Lama amar bilshon shalila ein. Why Yaakov Avinu says on the negative tense, it is not but the gate of heaven. What does that mean? It's not but Hashem's palace, Beit Elohim, Hashem's house. Hayalo lomar ze Beit Elohim. Just say it is God Hashem's house. Why it says it's not but Hashem's house? What is that? It's not. Ve'od lama davka amar Hashevach shel nora. Yaakov Avinu says it's awesome place. What does that mean? Umahu manora. Why is he saying how awesome is this place? Dimash manora beyoter. When you see something, you say, wow, it's so awesome. What does that mean? Extremely awesome. It's not regular, it's more extreme. V'katav Beit Yosef, and Beit Yosef says, B'shem Hagaot Mordechi in the name of God Mordechai, Yesh bnei Adam shemasimin even tachat rosham lel Tisha B'Av. On Tisha B'Av night, when people sleep in their house, some people, they take a rag and put on their head. Some have this custom, some don't have this custom. Some people take a rag and put under their head. Why? Because what Yaakov did, v'ramaz, v'remes ledavar, and there's a hint to this. Vayikach me'avnei makom, Yaakov took from the rocks of the place. Remember he took, how many rocks he took? 12. When he woke up, how many became? 1. All 12 Shvatim became 1, means they all tzaddikim. Very good, perfect. But now, what did Yaakov see over there that he took rock under the head? You know what he saw? He was sleeping. He saw how there would be Beit HaMikdash and the Beit HaMikdash destroyed. So he started having tears that Beit HaMikdash getting destroyed. So he took rock and put it on his head. So because of the Beit HaMikdash destruction, he put rock on the head. I put rock on Tisha B'Av on their head. This year shouldn't be nobody for. Why? Because Mashiach will come and everything is done. Beit HaMikdash Ra'ah, and he saw Beit HaMikdash. Dichtivet, it says, what Yaakov said, look at these guys. It's only Zera Shimshon can see deep. Look at this beautiful magnifying glass. Look how he looked at it. Ma nora hamakom hazeh. How awesome is this place? Vechurban ra'ah. He saw the destruction of Beit HaMikdash. Ad kan leshono. Until here is the words of Beit Yosef that quotes Mordechai. V'kashe hechem is the pasuk sheYaakov ra'ah churban. Where do we see a hint Yaakov Avinu saw the destruction of Beit HaMikdash? Where do we see this? Ela kach pirusho. This I have to explain. Ma nora makom hazeh. How awesome is this place? Hayinu ha-Beit HaMikdash she'ra'ah. That he saw the Beit HaMikdash that got destroyed. Ve'achar she'ra'ah Beit HaMikdash lo amar ze Beit Elohim. After he showed the destruction of Beit HaMikdash, he didn't say, this is the house of Hashem. Ela ein ze. He saw Beit HaMikdash destroyed. He said, this is not the house of Hashem. Stop. What are you talking about then? Stop. Yaakov sees Beit HaMikdash destroying, right? Burning. He saw destruction of Beit HaMikdash. He says, ein ze Beit Elohim. This is not Hashem's house. So what is this then? Didn't say V'zeh sha'ar hashamayim? This gate of heaven, what does that mean? Is this place or no? Yeah. So he should say this is the house of Hashem. He says it's not house of Hashem. Why it's not?
It can't be. He's in shock. He doesn't believe that it's present.
Oh, he's in shock. Oh, could be he's talking about different Beit HaMikdash. Thank you. Rabbi Aaron, thank you. Ein ze oto ha-Beit HaMikdash. He says this is not that Beit HaMikdash. He says first, second will be destroyed. This is not the house of Hashem. This is the two that will be destroyed. The third one will never be destroyed. He says, Ein ze Beit Elohim. This is not the one that Hashem will bring down, Beit Elohim. This is the two that will be destroyed by people. Oto Beit HaMikdash she'aya kayam la'ad. This is not the Beit HaMikdash that will remain forever. Yaakov Avinu saw then that there will be Beit HaMikdash that will remain forever. This is the prophecy. Some people say, is there any prophecy what's going to happen tomorrow? Yeah. Mashiach will come, Beit HaMikdash will be there, and it will be standing forever. Nobody will be destroying. Shezeh atid lecharev. But this too will be one day destroyed. Umahu Beit HaMikdash she'itkayem. Which one will be remaining forever? Ma she'ibnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu me'atzmo. The one that Hashem will be building himself. That is called what? Ki im Beit Elohim. That is the house of Hashem. Omnam makom zeh le'olam hu sha'ar hashamayim. But this place is forever what? The gate of heaven. Tell me one thing. Today, who prayed for his children? Today, honestly. Shacharit, you pray, poo poo, mincha, poo poo. Who prayed for his children today? You prayed for your children? Thank you. Where did your tefillot go? It went straight behind Kotel Maravi. Gathered over there, and it went. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure you all did. I just like to wake you up. To wake you up for Arvit, for tonight. You have to pray for your kids as well. The third, all our tefillot, comes Malach, if we have Minyan, Hashem himself, takes all the tefillot, brings to behind Kotel Maravi, and from there goes straight to Shamayim. V'zeh sha'ar hashamayim. This is the gate of heaven. All the tefillot gather there. V'kule alma mechavnim libam betfilatam derech bet kodesh hakodashim. All the tefillot goes from here to Kodesh Kodashim, and from there goes to Shamayim. Anyone tells you otherwise, liar. Anyone tells you other thing, liar. Liar. Some people said, all the tefillot go to certain rabbi's grave, from there go to Shamayim. Liar. Why you made it up? Who gave permission to make up stuff over here?
What if you pray at a rabbi's grave?
You pray at rabbi's grave because of these rabbis, neshama, Hashem accepts your tefillah, goes to Kodesh Kodashim, from there goes to Shamayim. You should know all the prayers go from here, there, from there to Shamayim. No other place. No other. Whatever is this. No other. People, whoever say otherwise, lying. Not allowed to lie. Once there was a principal in certain school. I was working there. And this principal was from certain group of type of people. And he said, we'll go to pray by a certain rabbi because all the tefillot in the world gathered there from Gel to Shuraim. Wrong. Why are you lying to people? Don't teach kids lie. Children need to be taught truth. All the tefillot in the world, even adults need to be learned truth. All the tefillot go from here to Kodesh Kodashim. Not even by the grave of Arizal, not even grave by Rav Yosef, not even nowhere. Not even. All go where? Kodesh Kodashim. You pray Mishnah, you learn Mishnah in Gemara Brachot. What Mishnah says? Yichaven et libo bet Kodesh HaKodashim. You have to have kavanah to Kodesh Kodashim. Can you just find out everything's okay? Sorry. V'yedua. Yeah, Danielos. You ever gone good? Thank you for your patience. Guys, for 2 hours you're tolerating me. Wow. Chazak Baruch. It's not easy. Listen, it's not easy. V'yedua. Over there they really tolerate. V'yedua. Rabbi Aram, you should know one thing. Yesterday, Rebbetzin walking, she tells me, you know, she doesn't call me, she says, Yosef. I'm today like their son. She says, Yosef, do you know how this couple speaks so good about you, so good? I said, I don't know how much thank you should I say to them, you know, they're very good people. I want to say thank you. She always, there's no day that they don't talk about you. Not husband, not wife. They really love you.
We just saying honest things, right?
No, whatever is this. But I'll tell you, Rabbi Aram, rabbits are walking. By the way, they get Mazal Tov. Today in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning, they had in Mansi Brit Milah. Their great-grandson. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. We all should see this. Only their happy days. Amen. V'yedua. Those who knows Halachot Nida, Rebbetzin Walking told me a story. I want to tell you something you're never going to hear nowhere. Okay? Look how our Aaron Walking was big in Halachot Nida. Okay? I mean, Hashem should protect me. So he was driving with his mother in the Crown Heights. Rav Aaron Walking, maybe 7, 8, 10 years ago. He was driving the Crown Heights and he went over the red light. And Rebbetzin Walking said to her son, Rav Aaron, red light. He says, Ima, it's almost red. Ich weiß? Did anybody understand? Huh? When Rebbetzin Walking told me that, I said, this is Rav Aaron Walking. Now you're talking. That was him. Okay, let's go further. And we know Yirmiyahu וDaniel, Yirmiyahu Hanavi, and Daniel Hanavi. לאחר החורבן לא היו רוצים לומר גיבור ונורא. After Beit HaMikdash got destroyed, they did not add in 18 האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא. They didn't want to add these two words, גיבור ונורא. They didn't want to add. Why? ועטו, each one separately. We'll see now. Yirmiyahu didn't want to add Gibor. Daniel didn't want to add Nora. Why? Because when Yirmiyahu saw Beit HaMikdash get destroyed and Babylonian chief were going inside Kodesh Kodashim, eating, throwing stuff, spitting, doing all the shtuyot. He said, what is this? Goyim are making fun in Kodesh Kodashim of Hashem, and we say Hashem is Gibor. Hashem is great. No, he said, we're erasing the word Gibor. And then, when Daniel Hanavi saw in Persia how Jewish people were oppressed by Haman, he said, Nora? How we saw Daniel Hanavi saw Galuyot. He said, Nora? Awesome? No. People abusing Klal Israel. Jewish nation suffering. How can we say Hashem is happy? Hashem is not happy. What do you mean Gibor Nora? They erased it. Until, who put it back? Anshe Knesset Gadola. Where it says that? Gemara, Yoma, page 69b. Why are they called Anshe Knesset Gadola? Gemara says, why are they called men of a great assembly? What does that mean? Do you know Hashem was not happy for all these generations? Because they diminished Hashem's strength. They said, no Gibor, no Nora, Anshe Knesset Gadola, 120 rabbis. Among them, there were prophets. They said, put it back. Hashem said, I'm happy now, Hashem said. And because of this, they made Hashem, who is the greatest, happy. Hashem said, this group should be called what? Anshe Knesset Gadola. Because they made a Gadola Gibor Manora happy. Because they made Hashem happy, Hashem said, from that day they were called what? Men of a great assembly. Why? Because they made the great one happy. Who's the great one? Shekhinah, Hashem. Okay, let's go further. Umidad Nora, haynu midato shel Yaakov. What's Nora? Nora is Yaakov. Kenoda besod ha'amida. What's Gadol? Avram Avinu. Gibor, Yitzchak Avinu. Nora, Yaakov Avinu. Awesome is Nora. Okay. Ha'el Gadol Gibor va'Nora. Achad Elohim v'Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov. Ulchen amar ma'Nora makom hazeh. Therefore he said, what? Wow, how awesome is this place? Who said that? Yaakov Avinu. That's him. Av bizman she'en zeh. Kelomar sheyeh charev. He said, "Ein zeh Beit Elohim." It is not Hashem's house. What is that? He saw what? The destruction of Beit Hamikdash. Az yeh yoter nora. And then what? It's more awesomeness. Shehen hen nor otao. Because even in the destruction of Beit Hamikdash, still Hashem's greatness. Where do you see Hashem's greatness? Hashem could have destroyed Klal Yisrael, chas v'shalom, and leave the building alone. Hashem said, "No, I'd rather take building away and not touch people." But we'll see the greatness of Hashem in 1 minute. V'yish lomar, and there's another answer. Od sheratza lelmos av lemilat gibor. Hashem wants to. Also, there's another answer for the word gibor. Hashem is strong. What does that mean? Shegam bazeh amru hen gvuratau. Even in the destruction of Beit Hamikdash, still there's a strength of Hashem. Umilat nora romezet nami lemilat gibor. The word here, awesome, it means strong as well. Why? Kenoda besod v'shimcha nora al kol ma shebarata. It says, Hashem, your name is great in everything that you created. Shehu Yaakov amishtatev im Yitzchak. Now, Gemara is asking a question. Gemara, Yoma, page 69b. Gemara says, where do you see greatness of Hashem? And Gemara says, if one simple nation, Klal Yisrael, survived 1,954 years without Beit HaMikdash, still Klal Yisrael is life, that is the greatness of Hashem. That is the awesomeness of Hashem. Why? Because the Goyim around, they have fear from Hashem, and this is why they don't destroy Klal Yisrael. This is what Gemara answers. Because Goyim have fear of Hashem, this is why Klal Yisrael remained. Hashem should protect us all. We should learn and grow in Torah. You should know one thing. One more time. All of you, thank you. Don't forget to say thank you to your children when you go home. Don't forget to say thank you to your wives. Don't forget to call before Shabbat to your parents today, tomorrow. Say thank you. Saying thank you makes you realize your brachot. Hashem should give you bracha v'atzlacha. One more time, thank you to Rabbi Avram and Rabbi Yonatan for everything you do to Sha'alei Eliyahu. Rabbi Yonatan, I think after today's shiur, I'm giving you 90 days gap. You have to find somebody and get married within 90 days. Amen.